Now, ahead of the start of the parliament session, protesters say that they will press ahead with a planned march to the parliament.
And this is despite Delhi police denying permission and imposing prohibitory orders. The Cockroach Janata Party have called for the march, demanding education reforms and accountability over the alleged NEET paper leak.
However, Delhi police have made it clear that no permission has been granted for the march. Prohibitory orders also remain in force across the New Delhi district, except at the designated protest site, which is the Jantar Mantar. Security has been significantly tightened with multiple barricades, enhanced surveillance and additional police deployment around Parliament and other high-security areas.
Meanwhile, activist Sonam Wangchuk says he is continuing his indefinite hunger strike from Delhi's Safdarjung Hospital after being shifted there by police following a deterioration in his health. Wangchuk has appealed to supporters to ensure today's protest remains peaceful. His wife stated that he is willing to end the fast if political leaders assure him that education accountability will be taken up during the monsoon session.
All right, we will just go across to Dharamjot Kaur, our colleague, to get us an insight on what to expect through the day. But as we speak, the monsoon session is set to begin starting today, and with that, we'll also see the Cockroach Janata Party intensifying its protests. That being said, prohibitory orders remain in place across New Delhi, and permission has only been granted for protests to be carried out at the site, which is the Jantar Mantar, where protests have been raging on for days.
Absolutely, and of course, this comes as Delhi police have made it very clear that no permission has been granted so far for the march. And as, of course, my colleague Samisha just mentioned, prohibitory orders remain in force across the Delhi district, except the designated protest site at Jantar Mantar. Of course, to give us more details on this, our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur is now just joining us on the broadcast. Dharamjot, of course, what we know is the Delhi police have not really given permission for this, but then we see that these protesters are determined to do the march. What situation have you been observing on the ground there?
Well, Josna, the police have still not given permission to the protesters to conduct the march that is still scheduled to begin at 9 a.m., so there is still an hour left. People are still increasing over here in numbers. They're not just coming from Delhi, they're also coming from other parts of the country. And the protest, which began on June the 6th, it only saw a few hundred people, but as days and weeks went by, more and more people kept joining in. The turning point and the watershed moment, of course, was the fact that the police, when they took away activist Sonam Wangchuk while he was on his hunger strike, that also propelled a lot of people and instigated them to come here and join the movement. Demand for accountability in the education reforms and also demand the resignation of the education minister. Now, as far as the police statement is concerned, the authorities are saying that because the parliament session will begin shortly and there are security clearances that need to be obtained beforehand, they will not allow for the march to be conducted. As of now, they have called it an unlawful march should it proceed. It's also important to note at this point that the Jantar Mantar from all sides has been heavily barricaded. There are a lot of riot police present here, a lot of Delhi police. SWAT teams have been doing rounds around this entire place since early morning, even late last night. But that has not deterred people from coming to the protest side and joining everyone else who's been present over here since day one. So the demands remain the same. The protest on ground has remained largely peaceful. There is a lot of loud sloganeering and chanting, but there is no violence and no sort of untoward action that has taken place. People are simply raising their demands over here. Of course, the question of whether the march will actually be held or not, that remains a big point of contention at this point. The time, as I mentioned, is 9 a.m., so there's still an hour to go. It does not seem possible at this point because the representatives of the Cockroach Janata Party said they spent all night speaking to police officials to get permission from them. But so far, no permission has been obtained. So this is where things currently stand.
All right, Dharamjot, thank you for the moment. For now, we shift focus.